Okay, it looks like we're recording. I'll cut that part later. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so hello to all of you who are watching the replay. Thank you for joining us. My name is Jessica Korff, and I own Fleur Photography. We focus mainly on headshots and branding, as well as a few other things. But for this purposes, that's what I'll mention. As well as we recently launched the Women in Business magazine, which is called Success. I can't remember my own stuff. The Success REfashiond, and that the goal of that really is about support and growth and visibility, and for local women in business here in Tucson. In our current situation, the layout of business is really changing. Especially, who knows if it'll be a permanent change that we start seeing take place, or if it'll be just temporary. But in order to really continue serving, I decided to begin interviewing other local businesses who are taking this time and they're diving in, and, as opposed to hiding out and not succumbing to the fear, right? Making a bigger difference, diving back into their business. They're getting creative, they're making an impact, or they have expertise that can help guide us, the rest of us who are not as expertise as you guys, which is what we'll be talking about today, in these incredibly uncertain times. So today I have with me Frankie and Martha, and they're with i3 Media. Ladies, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to virtually be with me today. So I'm just going to dive right into my questions here. So tell us about you and what you do.
So Jessica, thank you so much for having us. As you said, we're both with i3 Media Solutions, so we're part of the team there. And i3 is a digital marketing company that specializes in bringing your brand, personality, kind of that vibe to life, right? We don't want you to look like everyone else out there. We really want to bring your personality, your experience, and make you shine, when we're working with your business. So we are a boutique agency. We're currently located in Tucson, Arizona, but we do have clients throughout the United States, and we've talked to a few people in Australia and Canada as well. So we're really looking forward to, continuing that growth. We work with $1 million brands as well as really small startups. It might be one person, just getting started in business. So we have a vast, experience with different offerings and different things for a lot of different levels.
Our team also has a vast array of experience, education in our fields. There's no one side to marketing, to digital marketing for sure. And we have a variety of experience between technical know-how, search engine qualifications, business degrees, art degrees. Someone on the team even has a master's degree in human-computer interaction. As a team, we all work together, and we know that all of our fields intertwine. We want to bring strong and cohesive knowledge so our clients can depend on that. So a little bit about the team. We'd love for you to follow along. We are on all of the social media, Facebook, we're at i3 Media Solutions, and on Instagram, we're at i3 Media Solutions AZ. So we'll get you all the links for all of the goodness.
So just to let you know a little bit about us personally, I'm Frankie. I'm the founder of i3 Media Solutions, and I'm the remaining partner from our parent company that started in Tucson in 2002. So we've been around for a minute. And, at the time when we started in 2002, we focused on printing, graphic design, and web design. Those were really our core products at that time. And in 2015, we rebranded to become i3, which is when we shifted our focus online and more of the digital marketing that was available at that time. So I have over 25 years experience with marketing campaigns, user interface, designs, and creating just that great user experience that people see when they interact with different websites and such. I have a daughter, Catherine, and I'm a dog mom. I actually have 3 rambunctious, crazy dogs that live with me in my house. And then our newest one is Maddie. She's a 10-year-old pup. So love the outdoors, hiking, and currently I'm taking my hand at a little gardening. So kind of something new and unique. We'll see how I succeed in that challenge.
All right, and I'm Martha. I'm the client services manager over at i3. I have not at all had a linear career. I've moved all over the world following my husband, who did 20 years active duty Air Force service. All of these moves, though, have really prepared me for the shift and what people are experiencing now. You know, I was able to, you know, very unique ways to stay in touch with family and friends over the past 20 years. And it's been amazing through the use of technology to really learn about that through my experiences. When I personally learned what i3 was all about, and the amazing opportunity to join the company came, I was in. I was like, full love it. So I love meeting new people, helping people find solutions to their digital marketing needs. It really brings me joy. Anyway, it's pretty awesome for me. I also have 2 daughters. I have Abby and Amelia, and I have a 14-pound dog who really thinks she's a cat. She's laying in the sun right now. I also love Disney, wild colored hair. My Amelia is going to have blue hair this afternoon, if we can figure that out. I love to travel. And right now I'm trying really hard to read more fiction, fun, as opposed to like news and self-help and improve. Just want to get lost in a couple of people's tales. So,
I love it.
me.
I'm a dog mom too, so if anybody here is barking in any of our homes, that's what it really is, right? We're totally just all working from home at this point.
Yeah, we won't point fingers at whose dogs is
we'll let everybody guess. Which one did that come from? And I love that you're gardening. I have always wanted to. My mother was a master gardener, and I have a black thumb. So there's that.
I pretty much have a black thumb too. I'm trying though. We'll see. I did have my first strawberry the other day, and I have about 8 green tomatoes on. So we'll see what happens.
Well, they made it so far, so that's good. Great. Well, thank you guys. So tell me more about your situation right now. How has the pandemic really started affecting your business?
So personally at i3, you know, and our team, we had plans to move out of our office. However, we moved out of our office a few weeks early. It was a planned move, but because it happened a couple of weeks early, there was some shift and different changes that happened there. You know, we've had a physical office since 2002. And originally we were downtown on the artsy 4th Avenue corridor. Then, you know, I always joke with people and say, as we matured, we moved up to the foothills, located right off of River Road, and then most recently, Ina and Oracle. But, you know, having that physical space was so important when we first started because it made people think of us as a legit company. You know, back then, everybody, especially in our profession, right? Like a lot of people, they're like, oh, my neighbor, my kid next door, my friend, they can mail the website. But there's so much more that goes into marketing and building a great website and doing all these things nowadays that, you know, it's not just finding a template and putting content into it. Business has really changed. And for us, we see it as like a great way for someone to bring their personality to life online is to have like this custom built market plan for them specifically for their business.
Back to the question though, and our clients and what's going on in our little world. Some of our smaller clients have had to cancel contracts because of what's going on. So some people are shifting, and we're shifting our efforts a little internally. We want to remind people that marketing is expandable and that many businesses facing the challenge with what's going on in this world, but now more than ever, it's important to have that online presence. It's where people are able to connect now, whatever your business is.
Excellent. So Frankie, you've already labeled like what the year is you all really started. So I'm sure you have been through some things that's affected business in the past, recessions and many probably end of the world at this point. So tell me about those situations, how they affected your business then, and what are you drawing from that experience to help you now?
Well, as I mentioned, when we first started, we really focused on graphic design and web design, you know, print projects. And a lot of those were one-time focused projects. You know, we were not part of the bigger picture, day-to-day operations with the company. So, you know, when 2006 and 2007 happened, we experienced a lot of hardship. You know, we tightened our belts and we started focusing on really staying in touch with people. I won't call them current clients, I'll call them people that we worked for in the past. because we didn't have any managed services. We didn't have things, you know, to remind them that we were there. Yeah, if they needed a brochure and they needed like a follow-up or updated piece, they thought of us again. But we weren't part of the plan. We weren't part of everyday operations. So really when that hits, one of the things that we started thinking about was ways to shift our business. So we started staying more focused on communication with clients, making sure that they understood that we're a partner, someone that they can trust with the growth of their business, that we're going to be here for them. We're not going to disappear. We're going to be here for the long term. Again, we started looking at those more managed services, things that we could position ourselves with our clients where we're part of their team, letting them know that, you know, instead of on staff or in-house marketing, we can really fill that void for them no matter what size they are. And, you know, letting people know that at the heart of our business, we like to help people, you know. So if you succeed, we succeed. You know, we really love the idea of helping people make it in business. We love it when we hear those success stories from our clients. We have some clients that when they come to us in the beginning and we start working with them, they can maybe only afford a small portion of what we can do for them. And it's great when we can see those people grow and change over time and start doing some of those other services and really advancing their business, you know, maybe hiring more staff and, you know, whatever their term of successes or goals are for their business, really seeing that come true and, you know, shine for them. You know, and then the other part of it is whenever this, you know, whether it was 06, 07 or now, you know, your employees, your team members, your clients, fellow business owners, friends that are in business, they're not okay. You know, like no matter how much they put on the bravest faces and, you know, they do need your support. Communication is a huge right now, just making sure that you're checking in on them, you know, setting up the right communication with everybody, just making sure that they know how they can interact with you, where they can find you, what's going on. And that's, you know, one of the things from our early beginnings, we found, you know, whether we were building a website or a brochure for someone, a lot of people had problems putting the right words into place. You know, they didn't know exactly how to express some of the stuff that they wanted to express and explain. So that was one of the key pieces that we found as like, we need this on our team. We need someone who can write that, you know, this well and become your voice for our clients. So, you know, we really wanted to support businesses so that they became part of our team. And, you know, just now and even, you know, daily weekends, check-ins with people, being able to stay, you know, in touch with people. We've offered for a few of our clients or people that we know in business, you know, if you need help with Zoom or you want to jump on a Zoom call with us, just to make sure you know how to start one and you're comfortable with it, you know, reach out, we're here.
Yeah, we absolutely also understand that right now people have little kids at home or maybe aging parents. You know, it's a different work environment for many people in business right now, whether they're still, you know, they're the essential services and they're going out. Everyone is trying to keep their loved ones safe. And so we are trying to be kind, compassionate, and help, even with those things like setting up Zoom meetings so that we can help in that way. We're really trying to be the change or the light, you know. Big box stores, you know, have been changing how malls work. And we feel like when this ends, business as we have known it will be different. And so we just want to be here and help and shine the light.
I love that. And I think that you're right. I'm not sure yet what it's going to look like. I don't know if you guys have an idea of what it might look like. It's going to change. It's going to be different.
It's going to change. It's going to be different. You know, I think there's enough people that want it to change for the positive. So I'm really hopeful in what it will look like and how it will continue.
Yeah. Great. So I know the theme has been to pivot. Like this word, by the way, I don't know if you read my last post. Like I can't say this word without seeing Ross's voice from Friends, like on the couch. Like, so the more I say it, the more he shows up in my head. But yes. But it is what's happening. And so is there anything that you guys have found that you've had to stop doing, or what are some of the actions that you've had to take to get more creative and keep top of mind and use this time differently now than maybe you've had to do prior to now?
We definitely are using more technology for meetings. Zoom's a great platform. We've used it in a lot of our client meetings. So any of those in-person meetings, we are shifting to online. With the fact that we were planning on giving up our office space anyway this year, we knew that all of our hands-on workshops that we previously would do in our office, with people coming, physically coming to the office, needed to transition online. So we've been doing webinars online for the last couple of years, but this year we're solely focused on our online webinars and no longer doing in person. So that's a big shift for us. And then, we previously hinted at the fact that a strong online presence is really important, more important now than ever, because you need some place for people to go, for people to understand if you're open, if you're temporarily closed, what's going on. So with the recent events, social media is also becoming especially important. So it's a major source of communication with clients at this time. So, be sure to stay active on it. Approach sensitive, topics with caution, considering who's your audience. And, there's just a lot of different things to kind of go into this thought.
So, and as we've had a presence online and help businesses with their online presence, upcoming, we have a series of blogs. We have our social media lives, blogs, and all sorts of other information designed to help people really navigate what's going on right now. With social distancing becoming a priority and, business protocols have changed. Who knows who's essential? Who knows, whatever. We are dedicated to bringing great tips, fresh blogs to help companies stay alive and thrive during these times. We have 2 blogs, checklist of business marketing essentials to get done now, and inspiration to take from businesses thriving during social distancing. So those will be up on our website shortly. And then we do have some workshops coming up to help. We have a free workshop in our Tribe Collective series, and that will be, the next one's April 21st coming up. They're always the 3rd Tuesday of every month. They are always at 8 a.m. Arizona time. So right now that's Pacific Standard, 11 a.m. Eastern, half of the year it's at a different time. The other thing that we have coming up is we have a whole workshop on websites coming up. It's very, very exciting. And so we ask for our community partners to help us in 2 ways, either by sponsoring or coming and sharing your knowledge. So we're excited about all of these events on the workshops, and then also all of their information that we're sharing. We do also, if you want some of Frankie and I being kind of fun and adding a little bit of levity to your day, we go live every Thursday around noon Arizona time on Facebook and Instagram. Your marketing questions answered directly. Send us all the information. We talk about website design, content creation, social media, email marketing, and maybe other fun things, like if it's cereal day, like you'll find that out too.
We try to keep those lighthearted and fun, but also informative. We want to, again, we're here to help. We're here to share our knowledge. I think every business right now really wants to be helpful and share their knowledge. So, that's one of our philosophies that we've always kind of kept at heart with us.
Martha, you mentioned also needing or looking for community partners who are offering to teach. Is there any particular area that you're looking for that people should maybe put on some satellites for?
So we are definitely looking for people who help with the general business building. So right now, something great would be, Frankie, I don't know if you have anything that's jumping to mind right now. I was thinking about virtual meeting etiquette. You need to still have on pants. You need to have more of a topic than that. But
well, and I'm sure we all saw the viral video of the girl on Zoom during the company call where she used the restroom, right? So there is definitely some of that going on. I think people are a little more understanding at this time because yes, your environment's not your normal environment doing these calls, but at the same time, kind of check your background a little bit, right? Again, looking for specifics. I think Jessica, you'd be awesome to join us. I'd love to hear you talk a little bit about, branding your images, branding your, there's a lot that photographers can do in the way of marketing to make everything cohesive and, you know, make sure you're getting the right kind of shots for your marketing, not just any headshot. So I think you'd be an excellent partner for one of those. I also think like CPAs, accountants, someone on that side would be great to come in and talk about, especially with all the different things happening now. There's tax breaks, there's loans, there's different things that are going to be forgiven in the next year for businesses, different things that we can think of when it comes to payroll. So there's a lot in those ways that, guidance would be really helpful. I think also, having someone possibly come on and talk about the right way to, time management is going to be especially tricky for some people with their environments now, right? With the children, the dogs, whoever else is in the home, being mindful of how to take that time, right? And then especially with what's happening in our world, how do you stay grounded, right? And keep that calm. It's really easy. I mean, and I had some of that this week. I had a little puppy that got stung by a bee, and it was a rough day. And that's simple to solve. I know how to solve that. But at the same time, when you're in the middle of it and you're in the middle of all these other things going on, it does take a little bit to go, okay, let me just, find my grounding, whether it's, taking a walk or whatever those things are, right? So, I think, any of those topics would be great. If people have ideas, we're open to them, coming to us and pitching some of their ideas as well. What we try to do with the Tribe series is we make it a monthly, like Martha said, is the third Tuesday of every single month. And we want it to be informative. We want it to be like a group of business owners or business people coming together and just really learning from each other, becoming like this tribe that is there to make sure that they're going to succeed. So we started this even before what we're going through right now, but I think it's especially important now with everything happening in our world.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to add, that I think it's more important now than ever to have people to lean on.
Yeah.
It can feel isolating to be isolated in your house, right? So it's so important to reach out and make those connections still and continue to pour into those other relationships. And I think to help each other grow, even if it's just in how do you time manage today, right? So I think those are great. And I probably know some people who I can send your way. And for all the things you guys have been talking about, if you want to send me some of those links, I will make sure that I put them in the comments or the posts, and then people can actually get to them right away as well.
Fantastic.
Perfect.
So what are some quick exercises or action steps that you guys can give to others in business so that they can help reach some of their goals, especially right now when things are not quite as easy? What do you guys have for people? What are some tips that you can offer?
Well, one thing I will say is, if you've been thinking about a way to shift your business before the pandemic happened, now is really a time to formulate those changes. This is a great time to really make sure that everything you do in your marketing, your business going forward represents you and who you are. So, a few action steps that businesses can take. So right now, your website, Google business page, your social media platforms are more important than ever before. This is going to be the first impression for everybody. So who you are, what you stand for, what you do, this is where they're going to figure that information out. So people that are shifting their businesses, if you're a service business, there might be a new direction that you can take those services in. How are people visiting your website now? Does it reflect who you want to be in the future with your business and, the present of what you're doing now. So it's all about looking at who you want to become kind of in the future a little bit, how this has changed maybe your operations, how things, how you can, make that shift in your business, your services, your, things that you're providing nowadays.
It's also really important to support each other right now through reviews, social media engagement. Go and look at the people you know in business, share, comment, purchase from those friends if you can. Small businesses and local business professionals. We all need to stick together, help spread the word about each other and support. Congratulations, by the way, of your new, Jessica, your new magazine article going out today.
Thank you.
We'll be sharing that later. These little things can help make sure that shift in our life, you know, as we all continue business, that we all can continue business.
Right. I think right now, like you just said, it's more important than ever for, you know, so often we get into the scrolling and you might hit a, you know, a like and that's it. But I think it's really more important now to be intentional, to go on and support each other and make those comments and do more than like, 'cause correct me if I'm wrong, but if you add a love or something, that the Facebook algorithms like that more, is that correct? Okay.
Even,
So like,
I mean, if you can even share it or comment on it, those are really the best ways to help. Yes, the loves and stuff are better than the likes, but you know, put a comment there, put a, you know, or share it to your page. You know, there's a great way to support people with just a little bit of effort.
yeah.
And
I
then
agree.
another tip that we have right now too is now is a good time to start that vlog or video series that you've been meaning to start. I mean, it's a great way to generate traffic to your website, but it's also the way to distinguish you as an expert, which is so important and helps spread information about your business and gives you something to post about so that people can share it. Now is the time for that vlog video series. It's a good idea.
So those people that are thinking of pivoting and, you know, so if you're a product-based business, is there a way that you can be creative with your shipping or delivery methods? You know, what are the things that your clients are going to need most right now from you? You know, so product-based, you know, be creative with shipping, delivery, be creative around how to, you know, get those products into people's hands. And then for the service-based business, you know, depending on what you're offering now, is it something that you can shift to online? Is there virtual meetings? Is there, you know, is there a way that you can make that transition less painful for people? And then chances are there is something, you know, that your business, no matter who you are, can kind of bring into the current situation and still offer some kind of benefit to people out there.
Is there, like they say blogging once a week is good for your SEO, right? Is there something along those lines for how often you should post on social media to help keep you visible?
So every platform is slightly different, and you know, it's really becoming the more the better. So the more frequent you're posting, the better. You just got to be careful. I always say you have to be careful because you do not want to become annoying. You know, if you're doing it frequently enough, just don't become one of those serial posters where you're posting constantly all day long, because you're going to be unfollowed or unfriended. You know, people are going to get tired of hearing the same thing. And then I think more importantly than, you know, like I said, the more frequent, the better, right? So if you're doing it daily, great. But if you're doing an offer, you know, if you're constantly trying to push a service or something, you're not doing it the right way. So with social media, you really need to do like we always say 70-20-10 rule, where we break it down. The 10% is the sales. Okay. So that's where you mention your offers. The 70% is building experience, educating, making you look like the expert in your field that you are. And then the 20% is really sharing other information that helps support you as the expert in your field. So it's a very small percentage of sales that you need to be doing in your social media to really get people to continue following you and enjoying what you're talking about.
Okay, so you guys all, if you have a pencil, write it down, 70-20-10, break it up. And I've seen like social media calendars fly around too. So would you say that it's smart to plan it out then, instead of just like, today I'll do this, today I'll do that? Like how far in advance would you say you should be planning your social media posts?
So we have a great process that we work with in all of our clients, and we, you know, some people can only manage a week at a time. Some people are good at 2. Some people are good at a month at a time. So we will really work with our clients in each of those, you know, time frames. We don't think you should be doing anything less than a week at a time, because of the fact that once you're in the momentum and you're creating your post and you're working through it and you're finding the images that you want, you know, you get this momentum and speed, and you can do the whole month at one time very quickly. But if you're only doing like 2 days at a time, you don't get that same momentum and speed picked up. So we do this great exercise with a lot of our clients called the marketing calendar exercise. We do a workshop a couple times a year on it. Our next one's not for quite a while, but we really teach you to sit down and think about what's happening in your world, what's happening, in everybody's lives, what's coming up, holiday wise, what's coming up activity wise, and then think of ways, really guide people down the process of making those unique for their business, and then really being able to kind of calendar that out. So in our workshop, we always focus on about a month at a time, because we think that's really a good spread. You don't want to do too much.
Excellent. So do those people, if someone's interested in doing that now, do they need to wait for the workshop, or can they contact you guys to do a one-on-one that's very specific about their business?
Absolutely. If anybody wants to do a calendar exercise, wants to do any sort of conversation about this, all they have to do is email either you can find our contact information everywhere, or myself as client services manager. We can set something up to figure out what the right fit would be for you right now. We can do individual calendar meetings, strategy sessions, coaching, all the things. But they can contact anyone at i3, but I would love to hear from them especially.
Perfect. Thank you, guys. Is there anything else that you guys would really like to touch on or add?
I feel like we've been putting out a lot of great information. So I would suggest read our blogs that we mentioned earlier. We have 2 published on our site right now. We have 2 more coming. Attend our lives. Take us up on attending our free workshop series, the Tribe Workshop Collective that we're offering. There's so much good stuff that we're sharing about marketing and business. And, even if you can take a nugget from each of those different pieces away with you and incorporate it into your business, I think that's a great start right now with everything happening in our world. So we're here to support people in the changing times. And, as well as being here when, I guess we get back to normal, whatever our new normal looks like.
Right. Yeah. We also just want to encourage everybody to make sure you enjoy what you can about this time, right? You're at home with your pets and your family. We have the technology to communicate with people virtually. Take time daily, meditate, practice your faith, walk, enjoy nature, whatever it is, plan your next Disney trip, whatever it is that keeps your mind calm. We really, just invite everyone to remember to do that at this time.
Yeah. And I think it's also important to keep planning, not just dream about where you want to be in a year from now with your business, or, when you get it off the ground, or, what those goals look like. Set goals, work towards them. I always love it when people say, like, a goal is a dream with a date, right? So we all have goals for our business and where we want to be and different things that we want to succeed in. So, put a date to those dreams, right? Make it a goal, make it concrete, work towards it every single day. And it might be 10 minutes of working towards it every single day, but you are still going forward.
Great. I love that. You guys talking about planning for what you want to do and for enjoying what you have right now, right? There was a really great quote I heard yesterday during my BNI meeting that I was in. Somebody mentioned it, and it's just really stuck with me. So I'm going to read it because I think you guys might like it too. And it was from Dave Hollis. And he said, in the rush to return to normal, use this time to consider which parts of normal are worth rushing back to. And I just feel like that. And I got goosebumps hearing it. I was like, that's such a great point, because so often we're so busy running around. We don't ever finish our social media planning. We don't ever finish our websites because we're all so busy. But I mean, how much of that is actually important? So enjoying where you're at right now and planning for what you want and where you want to be. I think both of those are excellent points for that.
It's so important. I love that quote. Yeah. I mean, it's so true, because even though, our world's changing right now, we don't know what it's going to look like when this, we don't know what it's going to look like. Every single day is different. And right, we're all in like this hurry to get back to normal, but our normal is going to be different, So yeah, we can, and we all have the chance right now to pick and choose what our new normal looks like, right? What we make those priorities in life, what we're going to take the time for. And I think that's beautiful. I agree, Jessica. That's an awesome quote.
Yeah, I was like, that's so perfect. Okay, well, thank you ladies so much for being on today, for your incredible knowledge, and for meeting with me virtually, which is the new normal right now, that's for sure. So you've already mentioned a few. Is there any other ways you would like people to best connect with you if they want to learn more?
We'll give you a bunch of links that we can drop in the comments below and stuff when this is shared. You know, our Facebook page, our Instagram page, website. We always joke on our lives that you can, you know, snail mail, pigeon, you know, carrier pigeon, however you want to get a hold of us, we're here. You know, we have emails out there that are available for all of their team. Martha is a great person to reach out to initially. She can make sure that anything that we're talking about, the right team members are included as needed on those conversations. And, you know, just, you know, we're here. We have our phone lines work, our emails work. So
Good. Excellent. All right. Well, thank you for coming on, like I said. And I'm going to take all the information that you guys give me, and I will put it either in the information above or in the comments below, so that everybody can find you and all of that. Go check them out. You have no excuses. They have like, it's all of this, all of the information, and it's like free. So go look at it. It's available and it's virtual. You don't have to go anywhere. It's social distance. It's great. Okay. And if you want to find out more about what we're doing here at REfashiond Magazine or with Fleur Photography, make sure that you like and follow our own pages. You can also sign up for our email series, which is 7 ways to upgrade your marketing. I'll also have that link in the comments below. Take care of yourself, stay healthy, keep diving into your businesses, and keep on social distancing. So then, see you later.
bye. Thanks for having us.
Thank you.